Hello everybody. Yes, today I'm going to show you that what is dynamic application. And before I proceed with the making of dynamic application, it is important that you all must know that what are actually dynamic applications. So I will show you with an example that what are dynamic applications. Let the application run. It is running. Yeah. Okay. So you can see here, this is a JFrame form, and this is menu added on it, and these are menus and menu items. About menus, I have already talked in the Java tutorials number 2. If you have not seen it, then link is there in the description box. Go and watch it. So proceeding towards dynamic application, what is actually dynamic application is that navigation from one frame to another, or one panel to another, or opening up pages from click of buttons and buttons and buttons and buttons is called dynamic application. Like here I click the frame menu, then I click the frame one. You can see here a window, not a window, actually a panel opened, and here I click the button 2. This layout changed. This layout changed. This is called the dynamic application, means navigating through it. I again crossed it, frame 1, see it appeared again. So this is actually dynamic application, and today I will show you that how can you create the dynamic applications. First of all, I'm creating a package here, and I'm not changing the name, dynamic app and new package, let it be the same. And here, okay, this is already created. Let it be. I'm creating a new JFrame form. You can use panel too, but I am using frame form. Okay, so let's name it main. For saving the time, I will not type the codes. I will simply copy the codes from here, because I have already done these experiments, or you can say test runs before. So to just make you understand, I am doing this example again and showing you. I will not write the code, I will just copy and paste, but I will tell you that what they actually do. So here I'm adding a menu bar. So swing menus and menu bar. Here I will let it be file. Here I will rename it as say frame, and I will add here add from palette and menu item, and here also add from palette menu item. Okay, I will simply rename it, edit text, and let it be exit. And I can add shortcut also. Here you can see a written shortcut. I have double clicked it, and keystroke, I click to keystroke, and I will simply type I will press alt plus F4, and the shortcut came. You need not write this. You have press any key and it will be created as a shortcut for an application for a specific what can I say that a menu item. Okay, in frame I will name it here no, not here, JMenyItem. Simply I will name it as frame 1, and just being a shortcut I will give here shift plus 1, just for an example. Okay, it's done. Now I will create an not JFrame, not panel form. I will create a internal frame form. I created the internal frame form. I will name it as frame 1. Okay, now the thing is I have to change the layout here. Right click, set layout, and get it to border layout. Okay, it was actually default, but it's important to do this because now I will add here a parent control called panel. pick a panel here, and you can see the rectangular dotted lines coming. So I will add it. 1 minute, I think I have added it. No, I've not added it yet. Where is the J panel? Yes, in the J panel you can see a rectangular line coming. I clicked it, and yeah, you can see it. So just for showing you the change, I will change the background color to dark gray. Okay, you can see here. Now I will pick up a panel again and put it here in the remaining space, clicking to the background, and again giving a color, let's say yeah, this. So you can see the two changes here. I can also name this, what can I say, internal frame. As you can see here, properties title, I will just name it frame 1. You can see here frame, only frame, just not 1, or to make it more clear, frame 1. Okay, now double click on this area and I will increase the size. Then again double click, you can see the change. I will simply add 2 buttons, button 1 and button 2, not here. Okay, now editing the text, it would be panel 1 and let it be panel 2. Well, if any background noise is disturbing you, well, I am sorry for it, but because of least time I am going to least edit this video, so sorry for any background noise. Okay, now this task completed. I have added 2 buttons here, and now for the main your dynamic application, I will make 2 another panel forms. You can see here panel form 1, just one panel created, and the second panel I will create new panel form panel 2. So I know the designing part takes too much time, and just for an example I will just edit it in any way. I'm adding a text field. There is no use of such text field actually in here, because I'm just showing you with an example. Text field 2, adding label, that's all this much needed in panel 1. Panel 2, for a change text area added, and a radio button. I repeat, the designing part is just for example. There is no need for same designing or programming. Yeah, programming should be same or just similar to it, because it's needed. Okay, now the main part. These all designing completed. Now we'll start with the programming. Coming up to the main.java, that was the main branch of this dynamic application. Okay, so simply we have to do nothing, just code. Now what to code, I'll just tell you how. Okay, so file, exit, here right click, events, action performed, and because it is exit, so system dot exit, the most simplest code in Netbeans according to me. Design. Then here it's little bit tricky, and as I told you earlier that I will not type any code, I will simply paste it from my previously made project. I have it here, main. Don't get confused, it's earlier framed by me. Okay, one thing I actually forgot here, this area, this is the menu bar and this is your frame. I will add a panel over here. Or simply I will set layout and border layout. this is my panel 1. Now I will copy this code. The thing that you all should know, that in my every video of CodeX, all the important codes that I have used in the video is there in the description box, and today will also be the same. I've pasted it here. Okay, now I will just show you by running it that how till now how the application is working. Lagging. Okay, I'm running the project. Dynamic applications are better than your normal applications because it's good looking also, it's dynamic also, and it's multitasking also. Means you can open 2-3 forms together in a same panel. So according to me, dynamic application is much better than your normal applications that you construct using any IDE. Okay, so I have run this. This will exit the application, as you all know. Again running. Okay, so here is frame. I click the frame. You can see here what actually here it did, that you can see the design over here. The better way to make you understand is the flip screen technique. Setting it here and setting it here and going to the code. Okay, so this is the application that I have run in front of you. Okay, so this coding that you're this time observing is from frame to true and semicolon. It is done here. The menu item 2 action performed, you can see up here. Okay, so what it's doing, actually we have declared a variable f and it's a constructor line. By this constructor line I have joined this main and this frame 1 together. Okay, so now coming up again here, JPanel 1, here is a panel added over. I have added it in front of you, and I have gave it a command of add f, a Java method of add f, so it will add this frame to here and then make it visible as true. That's all. And frame 1, it's here. Now proceeding further, main.java done. Now coming up to frame 1.java. so here the coding will be done in these two buttons. So first of all, panel 1, again I am going to copy the code. I will not type to save time because already the video in this frame 1.java, there are some initial codings needed to just make it dynamic. So frame 1, I will first copy all these things. Okay, frame 1. So first of all, before coding in any button, just go to source code and locate this public frame 1. You can see here public frame 1 extends, and type this code. You can get this code from the description box, as I have already told you. Okay, if this error comes, then don't worry, click it, create class. I think this didn't come. Create class. Okay, create class panel, not needed actually. There's some problem is there. Let me see. Panel 1 P1, panel 2 P2. Okay. This is actually the name of the form. Panel 1 and panel 2. Here I can see panel 1, panel 2 are two forms. Actually we are joining these two forms, which will actually the use of this internal form is that when I will click panel 1 here, this page will appear. Here, and when I will click panel 2, this page will appear here. So in this code we are again giving an constructor, giving a variable declaration, panel 1 as p1, panel 2 as p2, the two pages here. Proceeding further with the init components. simply getting the code. Okay, you can see init components. Be careful when you are programming in the initial panels, because as you know, Netbeans is a IDE, and if there is any problem with these all codings which are already being programmed by the creators or the Netbeans, then it can create problem in your form, because you can't debug it. Okay, so why this problem is coming? Okay, again this I have to change the name, as I have copied it from my another project. So simply changing the name, because I have to join it with these forms, so I have to give it the same name. And Java is case sensitive, so you know that uppercase and lowercase and all these stories and all. Okay, so frame 1 initial coding done. Now simple those codings of buttons I will copy again, copy and copy. Then I will make you understand that why am I doing all these things. Again, I'm sorry for all the background noises, because I am unable to edit this video because of less time, because it was important to upload this video as soon as possible, as I have already talked about this video in my previous video, so you know all the YouTube terms and etc. Okay, so no need of this. Okay, so now I will make you understand what is frame 1. Main was the main page, where when you will click this and click this, it will add this page in this panel. So here the programming is simply done with all these with these 3 lines that I have already explained you. Going up to frame 1. Okay, frame 1, when you will click button 1, it means panel 1 button, it will show you panel 1 over here, and when you will click panel 2, it will show you this form panel 2 over here. So source code, here the initial codings in the public class means the class declaration here, because this layout is that we have added is known as GridBagLayout. GridBagLayout giving it a variable and a constructor line. This is a constructor line, then giving a variable p1 to the page 1, I mean panel 1, and p2 with the panel 2. Then in the initial init components coding, and below it means all the initial codings, p1 getting it to with the new form panel 1, p2 with new panel 2, giving it a variable. Then setting the layout. See here we have taken the layout of GridBagLayout, and here we have taken the level of, we have given this the layout of frame 1 to panel 1 and panel 2. It is important, because one thing you should remember, when you are creating internal frame, the layout of this frame should be equal to these 2 frames. Example, you are using here GridBagLayout or bordered layout, so these 2 should also be in bordered layout. Null layout will give an error, and any other layout will give an error, or simply it will not show in this panel area. It's the most important thing. I will include all these important points in the description box, so chill. This is the full important initial codings that should be done. So setting the layout of panel 1, this panel 1 is not the page panel 1. This panel 1 is that we have added here, the panel 1. Sorry for the confusion, because these pages can confuse. The caps panel is the name of the form, and short panel is the name of the parent control that we have added over there. Okay, then grid back constraints, it's a constraint we're giving with the variable c, and again a constructor line, then giving the dimensions 0 0, getting it an add panel in the panel 1, setting up the page panel 1 over here with the same dimensions of constraint c, and same with the panel 2. It was the whole story that these initial codings need. Now coming up to the buttons, when you will click the panel 1 button, that is button J button 1, it will show you the panel 1 page, and false the panel 2 page, that means invisible it. And when you will click the button 2, it will do the vice versa. Panel 2 will be visible, panel 1 will be invisible. Nothing more needs to be done now. Keep on just experimenting with these panel, add more frames, add more panels, try to code more, search more codes, go to Oracle docs and just just go through the methods given there and try and try and try and try. Dynamic application is an exceptionally good idea to build your application in a new way, because I have experienced this, that a normal application is not like your dynamic application. Your dynamic application is just superb. So keep programming, keep coding, and don't forget to subscribe the ARBX CodeX. I'll be back with some new videos, and soon I will be here with the videos based Netbeans date and time functions. So stay tuned with us. Thanks a lot. Take care.